Back in the car again, looking real rough. But the reason behind that is because I'm actually going to dye my hair today. My hair is like super orange. Can you guys see that? So it's like super orange simply because I have not dyed it in a while. Like, it's been like a while. Has it been like a month? No, it's been like, I don't know. It's been some months. At least 3. At least 3. That's minimum. A minimum of 3. I'm going to the post office once again. To deliver some packages. Well, I only have one package to ship out today, and then I have to return an Amazon order because I ordered the boys' Halloween stuff off of Amazon, but then I immediately called to cancel the order because they said it wouldn't be here in time, and then they still shipped out 2 of the things that were ordered. So like a mask, the Jason costume, but it got here late. Like, it all got here late, so I have to ship that back, and then I'm shipping out a cup and a shirt. Hey guys, so I wanted to sit down and talk to you really quickly because I know this vlog is probably all over the place, and I do want to apologize, but this week is my off week, but things have just not been going according to plan. So I've been behind on a lot of my homework. Well, not really behind, but I try to make like to-do lists every day of what I want to get done, but I think I honestly put too much stuff on my to-do list because I'm trying to get ahead. But right now I think I just need to stay on track and stop worrying about getting ahead, because then I just stress myself out even more. So I am going to plan some stuff out tomorrow. However, today is Thursday. It was supposed to be my filming day because I was like, okay, Thursday I'm gonna knock out 3 videos. So my plans was to wake up this morning, finish filming the Q&A about my hair color, and so that video is still gonna come. I just don't know when it's gonna be out. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks. And then I was going to do 2 other videos. One is going to be a haul because I've been buying makeup like crazy. Well, not like crazy, but I've been buying some makeup. And then the other one was going to be talking about setting goals and things like that. So I have like some videos planned out that I wanted to get filmed for you guys. Hopefully I can film tomorrow. I can wake up pretty early and film tomorrow. That's why I'm going to try to go to sleep now, even though it's midnight. That's early for me. Usually I stay up until about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm gonna try to go to sleep so that way I can get up pretty early and film for you guys. But like I was saying, I was supposed to film today. However, I get called this morning and my husband's like, I'm having trouble breathing and my neck is hurting and I'm on my way to the urgent care. You guys don't really know my husband. I don't really show him a lot on here. I do try to keep a lot of my family stuff private. I try to keep them out of it, but my husband is definitely one of those people who do not go to the hospital. He could be like, I remember one time he bruised his ribs, and when I finally got him to the emergency room because he was like almost to the point where he could not dictate if he could go or not, and his O2 levels were in like the low 80s, borderline 70s, and he was still like, I'm okay, I'm good, I'm fine. So he never wants to go to the hospital. So the fact that he was calling me like, look, something is wrong, I can't go. So y'all know me being me, I'm like, okay, what's wrong? Tell me your signs and symptoms, let's go. So he's all like, oh, it's like my neck and I haven't been able to sleep, and now if I move a certain way, you know, it feels like I'm having a hard time breathing. And I'm like, okay, are you having any tingling and numbness in your extremities, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like trying to listen to his breathing over the phone. I'm like, okay, go to the urgent care. I'm going to come up there. And so then he calls me. He's like, well, they're saying that they can't see me in the urgent care because Stupid Fort Drum does this like authorization policy. So he has to go be seen in one place to get authorization to go to urgent care or go to the hospital. Either way it went. So I ended up going to get him. I walked into the place like, look, my husband's having a hard time breathing, and I don't know about this authorization thing, but we gotta go. She's like, yeah, just go take him to the emergency room. So I took him to the emergency room. My husband is in the freaking ER. that is here in our town, not the emergency room where I work, just because I already know how they roll, and I was like, absolutely not. So we get to the ER. They actually get him back in a room like super quick. I don't know if it's because it's a small hospital and this is a small town and it's like ain't a lot of people in the hospital, but we get back there really quickly. I'll park the car. He goes in before me. I come in. He's already in like a gown, getting his blood pressure taken or whatever. So just looking at the whole situation, I was like, not impressed. I was like, not one time did they put a 12 lead on him. So first, his blood pressure was high, which he has blood pressure issues, but he also has white coat syndrome. So I personally know that when he has to go to the hospital or anything like that, his blood pressure is going to go through the roof because he absolutely hates it. So I was like, I have like all my tattoos and stuff covered up. I don't have my necklaces on or anything like that. I don't tell people that I am a nurse. I let them do their thing. I don't butt in when they're out of the room. I talk cash-ish, but for the most part, I don't say anything unless it's a concern, like I'm concerned. But as far as like their way of practice, I don't tell them how to do their job. That's just not me. I hate when families do it to me, so I'm not going to do it to them. But I'm like, okay, so his blood pressure was high, but not once did they hook him up to a 12 lead and see what his heart rhythm was. Even though he wasn't complaining of chest pain, I was like literally hooking him up to even like a 5 lead and getting a heart rate, literally, I think cost like $8. So they didn't do that. And I'm like, well, good thing he didn't have a heart attack. So he's like, they're like, oh my God, your blood pressure is high and da 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 da. Never addressed that after that. So he actually didn't see a doctor. He saw a PA. PA literally, first of all, the nurse did not listen to his lungs, did not do head to toe assessment, or even like a quick, like, I'm having troubles breathing. Let me just listen to your lung sounds. Let me see if one side's diminished on the other side. So she didn't do that. So then the girl comes in to do his registration and his blood pressure goes off again. And I look at her and it says ER tech. His blood pressure is high. So she looks at his map and his map is 130. She was like, oh, well, your blood pressure is high, but it's probably because you're in pain and your heart rate is high. Your heart rate is 130. And I was sitting there like, I didn't say nothing because once again, doesn't affect my husband. So she walks out the room and I'm like, babe, because he's freaking out because he is athletic, he works out. His heart rate is generally like 49, 50. He's always sinus Brady. When he's actually doing activities like working out and stuff, that is when his heart rate gets in like the low 100s. But I'm like, he's like, my heart rate is 130. I'm like, babe, no, it's not. Like, they have not checked your heart rate since we walked in here. Relax. And I'm like, let me come over here and I'm messing with the monitor, resetting how often his blood pressure is taken. And he's like, oh my gosh, leave these people equipment alone. Stop, you're not supposed to. Well, you won't let me talk stuff and tell them what they're doing is wrong. So let me do what I want to do. But so the PA comes in because he didn't see a doc. He sees a PA. So PA comes in and basically asks him the same questions as I would. Did you do anything to hurt yourself? Did you injure yourself? Did you sleep the wrong way? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, are you having a headache? Are you having dizziness, blurred vision, anything? Same questions I asked him. So as the PA is asking him that, he's looking at me like, you get on my nerves. Because I'm like, I'm telling him this whole time it's a muscle strain. He probably slept the wrong way because me and him both sleep crazy. And he's like, oh, well, you know, rule out stroke. Are you having any time tingling, numbness in your fingers? No. Okay, well, we're going to do a CT just in case. Medicines that I told him I would put him on if I could prescribe it as an NP. I'm like, as an NP student, learning about blah, 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 as well as an ICU nurse, I will put you on X, Y, and Z. We get there, they put him on X, Y, and Z. And so we leave, he's like, oh my gosh, I hate you so much. No, you don't. You love me. And if I was able to prescribe you meds, this wouldn't be an issue. Even though I know I'm not going to be able to prescribe my husband his medication. I'm just like, I tried to tell you it was not anything. Your breathing was not even a cause like you're having difficulties breathing. Your breathing was because you tense up anytime you make a sudden movement. So that was kind of my day. I spent majority of it in the ER. So my plans did not go accordingly. And then I started going over my 2-month pediatric OSCE that I have to do next week, We didn't have class today, thank God, because I wouldn't have made it to class because I was in the ER with my husband. I still wanted to make sure that I got my setup for my OSCE the way that I want to. So that way I'm a little bit better prepared. And I can already tell that my nerves are not as bad thinking about this OSCE compared to my first OSCE, because I already kind of know what to expect. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Being a nurse and watching other units do like their whole thing is a little odd, because I was like, that's wrong, that's wrong. Oh, that's good. Good job for that. Kudos to that. Y'all know they didn't even scan. So they gave him meds. They didn't even do double verification. So they did not scan his, you know, open up his chart, look at the medications, verify that the medications were correctly, scan him to verify he was the right patient, scan his meds to verify it was the right meds, and then administer it. Nope, they just gave it to him and walked out. I was like, what the fuck? That is why I could not be an ER nurse, because absolutely not. They'd be like, Jasmine, you don't have to do all that. Yes, I do. Sorry, I'm not killing anybody. So thank God his situation was not as serious as others, but I couldn't even imagine if like he actually needed to be like intubated or something. I would have been a totally different life that time. So it was very different. But also like made me a little proud of myself that I'm like, you know what? You actually know what you're talking about, Jasmine. Kudos to you. So that is what is going on today. Hopefully I can get up early enough in the morning to actually sit down and film for you guys, so that way I can kind of keep my content up, because I know I've been slacking, guys, and I apologize. It's just school is priority for me right now. Also, I wanted to ask you guys, I know it's November and I know Thanksgiving hasn't passed, but I love Christmas. My husband will not let me put my Christmas tree up yet because he loves Thanksgiving, and he's like, you're ruining my favorite holiday. Whatever. So I'm not going to be able to do Vlogmas, guys. I'm just not going to be able to do it. But I am thinking about doing 12 days of Nursemas. That's what I'm going to call it this year. So have 12 videos up in like 12 days leading until Christmas. And do 12 videos back to back to back up until Christmas Day. How would you guys like that? Let me know. Leave it below. I'll also leave a poll somewhere here in this part of the vlog, and let me know if you guys would like that. So yeah, I think that's all I have to talk about. This part has already been long enough. Oh, and I know I'm going to get this question, so I guess I'll ramble on just a little bit more. So people always ask me, like, why don't you show your boys more? Why don't you show your husband? And like I said it earlier, I just keep them out of my vlogs because I don't do well with people addressing them. I will show them every once in a while, clips here and there. But as far as making this like a family vlog and all that other stuff, absolutely not. I am very thankful and very blessed to have a husband that I have been with since I was 14 years old. And not a lot of people have that, and a lot of people struggle in that department. And I am not saying that my life is perfect, because it's not, but what I have with my husband and my boys is very special and is very precious to me, and I cherish it a lot. And it is not here for judgment. I'm not about that. I don't really share much about that part of my life because, like I said, it is very dear to me and very special to me. And we're going to keep it as such. I see some of the stuff that other girls go through with relationships and breakups and boys playing around and things like that. And I'm so happy that I'm not a part of that life. Like, I don't know that part. I never lived it, don't know it, don't want to visit it, don't care nothing about that. Be 30 years old and literally have been with the same person since I was 14 years old is amazing. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I don't care to have the world judge it. And like I said, I'm just very protective of that part of my life that I know. And I can say this for those of you out there, keeping your love life and your family life as private as possible is the best way, because when you start telling your business and opening up to stuff, that's when people start having their opinions about things, and things can just go left. People can either cause you to second guess your relationship, or make you make up things in your head that's not even really there. And when you keep it in between your family, and I don't know if my family is just this way because we move a lot and it's always us, and we really don't have like family in our business, stuff like that. It allows us to live peacefully within our life with very little drama, and I like to keep it that way. So that is pretty much that about, you know, that's me addressing that. So for those of you who keep asking, like, why don't you show your husband and why don't you show your boys more? Because like I said, I'll put them in here every once in a while, but majority, this is just about, this channel is about like my journey through this world, and bringing in hair and beauty every once in a while. And yeah, that's pretty much that. So hope you guys can appreciate that. And if you don't, I mean, maybe this ain't the channel for you to watch, but that is that. Hey guys, so I am officially done recording for today. I wanted to say, I told you guys yesterday I was not able to film, and I was like, okay, I have to get up early today and I have to make it a point to film. And now I feel very productive. I still have, it's only 12:30 in the afternoon. I have all day to do pathology. This is what I have scheduled. I'm going to respond to one more post in Nurse as an Educator, do pathology, go over my pediatric OSCE again tonight. But I have all night to do it. Like, I have so much time. And like I said, I just feel so productive. Even though my videos are kind of like sporadic. Like whenever I get the time to film, I try to film. But sometimes I just don't have the time, so I don't get to. So hope you guys understand that. And yeah, that is kind of where I am at right now. Feeling good, super hungry. So we're going to go eat some breakfast. And we're going to get to doing homework. It's already snowing and I'm over it. I haven't even bought snow tires yet. It's still fall. Oh my gosh, I hate this place. And I have too much shit in my garage to put my car in there.
Motivate, 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 get money.